Monday's lesson is entitled Prophetic Timing, which shows that God is in control. God is in control not only of the time, God is also in control of events and places. God called Zerubbabel, and he led the first batch of captives to Jerusalem in 537 BC. God called Ezra, and he led the second batch of captives to Jerusalem in 457 BC. God called Nehemiah, and he led a third batch of captives to Jerusalem in 444 BC. These three events tell us that God's timing is perfect. God's timing is prophetic. For example, in Jeremiah chapter 25, verses 11 and 12, God told about the 70 years of captivity. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 11 says, "And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. God was saying that all the Jews will be in captivity for 70 years. And so, when the 70-year captivity time was coming to a close, God raised up Cyrus, who gave the decree of freedom in 537 BC. And God raised up Zerubbabel to lead the first batch of captives to Jerusalem. In Daniel chapter 9, we find the 70 weeks prophecy. By the way, 70 years of captivity is different. 70 weeks prophecy is different. Daniel chapter 9 verse 24 gives us the 70 weeks prophecy. 70 weeks are determined for your people and for your holy city. 70 weeks for Jerusalem. 70 weeks for the people, the Jews. By the way, when did this 70 weeks prophecy begin? Angel Gabriel gives us the answer in Daniel chapter 9 verse 25. "Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and rebuild Jerusalem," which means the 70 weeks prophecy was to begin when the command to rebuild Jerusalem was to be given. In history, we find three decrees given to rebuild Jerusalem. The first one was given by Cyrus, second one by Darius, and third one was by Artaxerxes. Of these three, the decree given by Artaxerxes in 457 BC is very significant. In response to this decree in 457 BC, Ezra went to Jerusalem, and the rebuilding started, and the rebuilding was completed because of the decree of Artaxerxes. My friends, when we see this prophetic fulfillment, prophetic timing, how God does things, we understand that God is in control. For example, when God chose to destroy this earth by a flood, God raised up Noah at the beginning. And so God raised up Noah to warn the world. When the children of Israel were captives in Egypt, God told at the end of 400 years, as that 400-year period was coming to an end, God raised up Moses as a deliverer. When Jesus Christ was about to be born on this earth, God raised up a prophet named John the Baptist, who was to be the forerunner. What do we understand with all this? That God is in charge. God is in control of time. God is in control of events. and people. And God's timing is perfect. God's timing is flawless. We can trust our lives. We can entrust our lives to this great God who has everything in control. May God bless you.